Ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? Welcome to Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. So if you are joining this channel for the first time, here you find Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. And here we analyze politics, breaking news, trading news, and we create content in a way that you cannot find it in any other channel, including the mainstream media. In politics, every move comes with a reason. In politics, every move is planned ahead of the action itself. And in politics, every move is expected to have certain results or certain outcomes. Things don't just happen like that. They are planned and they are expected to yield or to give certain results. If you have been looking at William Samoei Ruto's political move of late, you realize that he is very keen on looping in Mudavadi. He has been very keen on bringing Mudavadi and the Luhya nation into the fold. When you look at him very keenly, you realize that he is building Mudavadi at the expense of Rigathi Gachagua, at the expense of the Kenyan nation. When you look at William Samoei Ruto, there are so many things that tell a story. When you look at William Samoei Ruto, utaona mtu abaye amejipaga vizuri. You see somebody who is laying a strategy for a risky move. And if you ask me, I can opine that don't be surprised if Mudavadi is fronted as the presidential candidate in 2027. Don't be surprised if William Samoei Ruto decides to support Musalia Mudavadi as the presidential candidate. Don't be surprised if you fight Kikuyus being outwitted by William Samoei Ruto. Don't be surprised, because when you look at what has been happening, all indications are showing that Ruto might decide to support Mudavadi. Some people have been saying that he is preparing Mudavadi for the running mates, but I highly doubt. I highly doubt. And I want to give the reasons which are informing my thinking. I could be right, I could be wrong. Many times I've been right. So the first reason is that when you look at William Samoei Ruto, he has been trying to form a strong party, a united party in the name of UDA. And he has been trying to merge ANC, Ford Kenya, UDA, and those parties, more parties, fringe parties from northeastern coast. You realize that he is trying to form a juggernaut, what I would call a political juggernaut. And all said and done, when you look at it, you realize that when he named Cleophas Malala, for instance, as the UDA chairman, this was telling a lot. And the Kikuyus were rattled. When Betty Minor stepped down as the Secretary General of UDA and Cecilia Balile took over, many people could not understand what William Samoei Ruto was after. But when you look at it, majority of the ANC guys were very happy. They rejoiced. They were happy by this move. And even Wetangula, I understand, was very, very happy after realizing that William Samoei Ruto was preparing one of their own. When you look at Mudavadi, Mudavadi has been given extra powers. After the cabinet, we realized that he was given some responsibilities of coordinating the various government ministries. You remember, his responsibilities, his roles, his powers have been conflicting with that of Gachagua. When you look at him, you realize that Rigathi Gachagua has not been very, very happy with this. And you noted that even when Gachagua called the people from Nyamakima for the meeting, when he called the people of Gikoba who were protesting after the China Square came in and it was closed down abruptly, kile ambacho tunaona kwamba hakuweza kumuita Johnson Sakaja, because Johnson Sakaja is in William Samoei Ruto's equation. And again, when you look at this thing, what you realize is that Well, you see somebody who is very much interested with the Ruya community, the Ruya nation. Again, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, when you look at his decisions, you see somebody who is not very much interested in the second term. For instance, when you look at the way he has been taxing Kenyans mercilessly, when you look at the way he has been dealing with Kikuyus mercilessly, forcing them to pay taxes, when you look at the way he has been dealing with Uhuru Kenyatta's supporters and projects, abandoning them, doing away with them. And many people did not even realize that the dual carriage that was to connect, I think, Rironi and Maimahiu was actually not going to take place. And I think it's just one of the many projects of Uhuru Kenyatta that suffered William Samoei Ruto's blows. And when you look at him, you see he's not very keen about the projects in the Kikuyu nation. That idea of even abandoning Mau Mau Road, Thika flyover road, tells a long story about somebody who is not very much interested in the second term. Because this is something that when you look at it, utaona ni kweli. Jambo lingine ambalo linaonyesha kwamba huenda akamuunga mkono Musalia Mudavadi is because William Samoei Ruto, all said and done, does not have much trust with the Kikuyus. Hamini hawa watu wanaweza kumuunga mkono sana. Na if they betrayed their own, if they betrayed Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who is a son of the mountain, what about William Samoei Ruto, who is a prodigal son of the mountain, who is not from the mountain? If they rejected Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, whether he was rigged or not, the fact remains that many people rejected Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Though Baba won so many votes in the mountain, William Samoei Ruto had many votes in the mountain. So the big question is, are the Kikuyus going to be with William Samoei Ruto in 2027? And what we know is that he receives a lot of intel from the NIS. And I believe that he knows very well that he is not likely to get the support of the Kenyan nation. Looking at the way the things have been going, utaona kwamba Wakikuyu wanazidi kuumia. Wakikuyu wanazidi kutamaushwa na serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. I believe if an opinion poll was to be carried out today, and I believe the government has been doing this, you realize that William Samoei Ruto's support is winning from the mountain. Again, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, he has been deliberately isolating Gachagua. He has been deliberately trying to develop Musalia Mudavadi. When you look at what he has been doing, he has been setting Gachagua against the people of the mountain. When you see Rigathi Gachagua saying in presence of William Samoei Ruto that he is the DP, he is the DP of UDA, not the Republic of Kenya. When you hear Gachagua saying in presence of William Samoei Ruto that Kenya is a limited company, in presence of William Samoei Ruto, I believe he is being set. I believe William Samoei Ruto is doing this deliberately. And this one will isolate Rigathi Gachagua from other communities. When you look at the other communities, apart from the Kikuyus, other communities are mad with Gachagua's declaration. Other communities are not taking it kindly. And do you think the other communities are going to support Rigathi Gachagua if this is what he has been saying? Because William Samoei Ruto know very clearly that if he allows Rigathi Gachagua to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, this country will be doomed. And kile ambacho anafanya sasa ni kumfanya kimaksudi afanye makosa ili kuhakikisha kwamba ametegwa na makabila mengine. And he's doing it very, very successfully. That's why I've always opined that William Samoei Ruto is a very shrewd politician. And when you look at Rigathi Gachagua has been making mistakes day by day. Again, when you look at the conflict between Gachagua and Ndindi Nyoro in the mountain, this is something that is very, very much deliberate. Ni binu ya tega utawale, divide and rule. Pale ambapo unapata watu wa mlima Kenya wakijaribu kuteganishwa, kuwe na wafuasi wa Ndindi Nyoro na wa Rigathi Gachagua. And if this happens, do you think Rigathi Gachagua is going to be anywhere near power? Do you think Rigathi Gachagua, do you think the people of the mountain are going to speak with one voice? If they could not speak in one voice when Raila was there and Martha Karua was there, do you think they can speak in one voice now? Kwa hivyo ukiangalia utaona kwamba William Samoei Ruto amejaribu kuhakikisha kwamba kuna watu ambao wanamuunga mkono, such that Didi Nyoro is set waiting on the wing, and Rigathi Gachagua is making many mistakes. Even the issue of saying that Rigathi Gachagua will not be William Samoei Ruto's running mate in 2027 is very much deliberate. It's something that is being done deliberately, such that the Kikuyus will be divided, such that the Kikuyus will not be able to speak with one voice, such that the Kikuyus will not win the presidency. Again, there is the fear of the Kikuyus. All said and done, now other communities are fearing the Kikuyus. And William Samoei Ruto is very much alive to this. There's also this issue of the dominance of two tribes. And when I look at William Samoei Ruto is a man with very clear objectives. You know, in 2022, I said that the presidency of William Samoei Ruto was a matter of life and death. Nothing could have stopped him. He could have done everything to ensure that he have won the presidency. And now that he has won the presidency, I believe William Samoei Ruto could, maybe he's not very much interested with the 2027 or being the president for the second term. And the main reason is because he believes that he cannot win. He cannot win the 2027 elections. Going by the many things, many mistakes that he has been doing, going by what he has been saying, going by the way that the cost of living has continued to be a problem, to be a thorn in the neck of his administration. I believe, and he knows very well, that to fear for the sake of avoiding embarrassment of being just one-term president, I believe he's likely to go the Madera way. You know, Madera did it out of conviction, but William Samoei Ruto will do it out of avoiding embarrassment. Not that he's convinced that he should not be the president in the second term, but because he believes that Kenyans are not going to support him, going by the many mistakes that he has been doing. Again, there is also what I've said, the fear of the Kikuyus. Kikuyus are feared by the many communities. And when you look at William Samoei Ruto, I believe, will not trust a Kikuyu president again, going by what happened to him when he was the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was the president of the Republic of Kenya. And unajua mtu ambaye amewahi kumwona nyoka anapoona kaba au kijiti anaruka juu kwa sababu ya the past experience. So the experience that he had with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta maybe created fear or phobia. And again, he is likely to ensure that when you look at the way he is trying to form the IBC without involving the opposition, this one tells you somebody who is hell-bent to ensure that only his plan works. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, it is very clear that William Samoei Ruto can decide to support Musalia Mudavadi. And this one will be shocking to many Kikuyus, because some people think that after William Samoei Ruto, it is Rigathi Gachagua. I will tell you, and you can take it to the bank, it will not happen. Rigathi Gachagua will not be the president of the Republic of Kenya. Not when William Samoei Ruto is the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. And the person who will work against him, it is not any other person, but William Samoei Ruto. This is Skyman TV, the Towards Man Black Africa. And may you have a blessed afternoon. Bye-bye.